Angashramrivichatamandikitendrivaram Jaddam Jaju Gururuchisham Pattam Parasasriya Vindarnvadila Saddhamadidamodaram Radha Skandanvesvajjalo Bhujam Tabaivasmi Najivami Taya Bina Iti Viggaya Tirade Tamnayami Charanantiki Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
First of all, my obeisance to my Guru Pada Padma. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad. Astotara Shanta Srimad Bhaktivedanta. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj. And also to Nitya Pravishta on Vishnupad. Astotara Shanta Srimad Bhaktivedanta. Sorry, Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Today, lotus feet which remove all the fear. I offer my Dandavat Pranams again and again. And also in Telepravistam Vishnupad. Astotara Shata Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. And also in Telepravistam Vishnupad. Astotara Shata Srimad Bhaktivedanta Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. So his lotus feet. I offer my Dandavat Pranams. Also my obeisances to all the Vaishnavas, to all the affectionate mothers, the devotees absorbing the mood of Mahaprabhu, so all of those eager to listen to Hari Katha. So in the feet of everyone, please accept my Dandavat Pranams accordingly. So when the good fortune arrives for the living entity, when the good fortune arises, then you get the association of the sadhu. And by the association of the sadhu, bhakti will manifest. In the book Hari Bhakti Sudodai, it's written, when the jiva is wandering this material world, when I have realization of sufferings and happiness, distress and sufferings, you suffer and you get happiness and distress in this world, then you realize like that how this world is full of suffering, then you're eager for sadhu sangha. Not everybody wants sadhu sangha, and not everybody can get sadhu sangha also. Why? Because if the person doesn't have a sukriti from previous life, then you cannot get sadhu sangha. When the sukriti from previous lives is mature and accumulated, then finally by the fruit of the sukriti you will get the association of the sadhu. And the fruit of the association of the sadhu is that bhakti will appear in your heart. And when Bhakti Devi appears, then we can get Bhagavan. Bhakti brings us to Lord. Bhakti makes us see Bhagavan. Anjan means the kajal, the ointment. If you have one ointment of prema in your eyes, then you can see Bhagavan. So the ointment of love in your heart, in your eyes. If you don't have love, you can never see God. If you have prema, you can see God. We have two kinds of visions. Which kind? How many kinds? One is material eyes. We have material eyes. What can we see with material eyes? We can see material things. And with the transcendental eyes, we can see transcendental things. Actually, you cannot see God with your eyes, only with your ears. It's written in the temple. You cannot see God with your eyes, only with your ears. Means you can see God with your ears, but why? How is this? Generally, we see not with the ears, but with the eyes, of course. But this a sentence says you can see God by the ears. How possible? What is the meaning? Because you have to hear about God, Harikatha. So it's called Shrota means the path of hearing. Shrota Pantha. Shrota means from listening. That's why actually another name of the Vedas was Shruti, because before he was only remembered and passed on by generation to generation. Before the Munis, they used to tell the things to his disciples and then they used to remember. And like Vedas were not written at that time, only remembered and heard like this. That's why another name of the Vedas is Shruti. Shruti. So slowly people start to forget. Then That's why the Vedas needed to be written.
একটা সুন্দর একটা উপাখ্যান রয়েছে।
So there's a beautiful story.
এক সময়
Once
দেশের মধ্যে অকাল পড়ে, অকাল বুঝে
there was a calamity in the country, like there was a drought.
সব হয়নি, কিছু ধান চাল
So there was no agriculture because there was no rain. Everything for maybe 2-3 years there was no rain, so everything was dried, drought.
গৌতম ঋষি ছিল, একজন ঋষি ছিল।
But there was a rishi called Gauttama Rishi,
তপোবলে তার যে আশ্রম ছিল,
and because
আশ্রমের মানে মধ্যে তিনি তার সমস্ত
So,
আদি শ্যামল করে রেখেছেন।
he
সেই জন্য অকালের সময় সমস্ত ঋষিরও
so the Gautam Rishi, by the power of his yoga, his like a practice, in his ashram,
কথা বললে
the land was still fertilized and the agriculture was able to take place. So there was food there, very nice. So then some other rishis came and also took shelter of his ashram, but there was one condition. Gautam Rishi told, you cannot go away without my permission.
তাই তখন
Okay.
খাওয়া দাওয়া কিছু নাই, মানে শস্য দানা কিছু নাই। তখন ঋষিগণ বলে ঠিক আছে, এখন ওইখানে থাকলো আশ্রমে থাকলো।
So they started. The other rishis also stayed in the ashram, and after some days, it rained,
প্রবল বৃষ্টি হলো,
a lot of rain,
চারিদিকে শস্য শ্যামল হয়ে
and everything became green again, back.
বৃক্ষ আদি সুন্দর
Beautiful trees.
বর্ণ হয়ে গেল, বৃক্ষের মধ্যে ফল ফুল,
So the fruits became very nourished. The trees with fruits,
চাষ আবাদ হলো।
because now the drought was over. So Gurudev's voice is in maximum. I don't know why his voice is so low. I don't
তারা
know.
মনে করলেন এবার আমরা
So-
আমাদের আশ্রমে ফিরে যাই।
Okay, so Gautama Rishi,
গৌতম ঋষি তাদের অনুমতি দিলেন।
so the rishis wanted to go away, but Gautama Rishi did not allow them to go when they asked for permission. Gautama Rishi said no, and without his permission, remember, nobody could go.
তখন
This was the condition.
বলে কতদিন এর আশ্রমে
But the rishis was thinking, for how long will he stay here?
জায়গা থাকতে তার অধীনে থাকতে হয় কিনা,
We have to go back.
তার আনুগত্য স্বীকার করতে হয়। তাই ঋষিগণ বললেন যে আমরা কি করে এই আশ্রম থেকে যাই।
So the rishis were thinking, how will we go back to our own ashram?
একদিন কি করলেন, সেই
Then one day, these rishis, what did they do?
একটা এই খড় আছে না, খড় দিয়ে একটা গরু তৈরি করে,
They made
এই
a
গরু
cow,
তৈরি করে
fake cow
যে
of
ঋষি
bushes.
স্নান করতে যায়,
And then they thought, okay, so Gautam Rishi will take a bath in the river,
তার তীরে
and on the banks of that river, they put this bush cow, like a cow made of bushes
ব্রহ্ম
and shrubs. So in the Brahma Muhurta time,
একটু অন্ধকার মতো আছে।
it was very dark.
ওই খড়ের দ্বারা গরুটাকে তৈরি করে রেখেছে, গৌতম ঋষি না বুঝতে না পারে।
But it was very dark, so the Gautama Rishi couldn't realize that cow was actually a fake, like not a real cow, just the shape of the cow made of bushes.
ঋষিটাকে তখন কি করলেন, ওই ঋষি যখন স্নান করতে যাচ্ছে
So when the Rishi was going to take bath in the river,
তার হাত পা লেগে যেতেই
like accidentally he just hit this
গড়াতে গড়াতে
cow, but actually not a cow, just the shape of a cow, and this like shrub of shape of cow
এখন এই
like rolled and fell in the river. But the rishis had planned this, right?
তখন তারা বলে এই গৌতম ঋষি গো হত্যা করে দিয়েছে,
So they just thought, oh, Gautam Rishi killed a cow.
সেখানে থাকা উচিত।
We should not live
তারা
in a place where somebody is killing a cow.
এমন এই অজুহাত দিয়ে, অজুহাত বুঝেন তো,
So in this way, they got this with this excuse. They left the ashram of Gautam Rishi.
গৌতম ঋষি তখন মনে মনে ছিল
Gautam Rishi in his thought,
গরু ছিল,
he thought, was it really a real cow or not? I killed a cow.
গৌতম ঋষি তখন
So Gautam Rishi started to meditate to check this.
ধ্যানের দ্বারা তিনি জানলেন
In meditation, he realized that
যে ওটা গরু ছিল না, ওটা
actually it was not a real cow,
খড়ের একটা পুতলিকা ছিল,
just like a doll, like a cow made of a doll, like a doll.
গরু ছিল না।
Anyway, it was not a real cow, just something shaped like a cow, like a doll or something. Sorry, now I maybe okay. So anyway, not a real cow. Then the rishis, they
তিনি বললেন যাও তোমাদের সমস্ত স্মরণ শক্তি,
so they called Gautama Rishi cursed the rishis.
স্মরণ শক্তি আছে,
all your smaran shakti, your memory will be lost.
তখন ঋষিগণ তাদের স্মরণ করে তখন কি করবে?
So what to do? The rishis without mind, without memory.
তখন থেকে এই বেদের
So that's why the Vedas had to be written.
প্রাণের মধ্যে বলা
So this is the story in the Puranas. When did the Vedas start to be written down? Before they were only heard and remembered.
কিন্তু এই গৌতম ঋষি অভিশাপে
But because of the curse of Gautam Rishi,
সেই ঋষিগণে সব স্মরণ শক্তি
the rishis lost all the memory.
সেই আবার সেই ঋষিগণ এসে গৌতম ঋষির চরণে পড়লে কেবল আমি তো অভিশাপ দিয়ে দিয়েছি।
So
এই জন্য বেদের
that's why the Vedas started to be written down.
এগুলো পরবর্তীকালে লেখা হয়েছে। বেদের অনেক কথাগুলো রয়েছে।
There are many stories in the Vedas.
আমি কেন বলছি যে
Why I'm saying this?
আমাদের আবার কলিকালের মানুষের
But in Kali-yuga, the human beings, they have even less memory,
কম না করে
isn't it?
একটা শ্লোক 10 বার পড়লেই
If you read the shloka 10 times, even later you still forget it.
ধর্মক্ষেত্রে কুরুক্ষেত্রে
Dharma kirti, kurukshetra, like first verse of Bhagavad Gita.
মামকা পাণ্ডবাশ্চৈব কিম পূর্বদাসে ওই শ্লোকটা পড়তে পার 3
So 3 days to commit to the memory the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita.
কেন কলিযুগে মানুষের যে স্মরণ শক্তি
The memory of the human beings in Kali-yuga is slowly going down.
কেন কমে যাচ্ছে?
Why?
দুইটি কারণ।
For 2 reasons.
একটা হচ্ছে কি
One,
না আমাদের বর্তমান যে ভোজন আদি করছে
the food that we're eating now is actually not proper food in Kali-yuga.
এগুলো অনেক জিনিসের মিলাবট রয়েছে।
So many things mixed in our food.
মিলাবট নেই?
Do you understand? Mixed things in our food.
না আমাদের স্মরণ শক্তিটা হবে না।
That's why I cannot have memory.
আর দ্বিতীয় হচ্ছে কলিযুগে
Second reason,
ব্যক্তি হচ্ছে নিচ
the human beings are so degraded in Kali-yuga,
কাম ক্রোধের দ্বারা
full of lust and anger.
এই জন্য আমাদের এইগুলোকে জানতে
We must know that.
এই জন্য শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবত
We have to get rid of lust and anger.
যে কলিযুগে
Bhagavatam explains
কল্যাণ কি করে হবে?
how the human beings in Kali-yuga can be benefited.
কি করে কল্যাণ?
Get like some well-being, auspiciousness. How?
মানুষের একটি একমাত্র
Only one way for the human beings of Kali-yuga. If they hear Harikatha, they'll get benefit.
শ্রবণ করতে হবে।
You must hear Harikatha.
ফলের দোষ নিধি রাজন য এক অস্তি কলিযুগে মানুষের দোষিত রয়েছে।
Human beings in Kali-yuga are full of faults. They have only, but there's only one quality. Which one?
যদি আমরা কীর্তনাদ
If you chant holy names, if you chant the holy names of Bhagavan,
তাহলে সমস্ত আমাদের দোষ
all our faults will be destroyed.
ওই একমাত্র নাম সংকীর্তন
Only by Nama Sankirtan.
আর এই নাম সংকীর্তনের পরম ব্রজে সাক্ষাৎ
And by chanting holy names, Param Brajet, we will attain Bhagavan.
হরের নাম হরের নামই কেবলম বলু নাস্তি কলিযুগের নাম সংকীর্তন এই
Nama Sankirtan in Kali-yuga. By Nama Sankirtan,
বস্তুকে আমরা প্রাপ্ত
you'll be able to attain everything.
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে কলিযুগে আর কিছু করতে হবে
In Kali-yuga, no need to do anything else. Only
কি করতে হবে
do what? You should chant holy names only in Kali-yuga.
কলিকালে নাম বিনা নাহি আর দান সর্বশাস্ত্রের এই সার। নাম সংকীর্তন কথা বলি কিন্তু এই নাম সংকীর্তন আমরা কিভাবে
But how to chant holy names?
লইলে না
So the essence of the scriptures is to chant holy names. This is the import of the scriptures. We must chant. But how should we chant? In a way that prema will appear in our hearts. How to chant? Mahaprabhu told, He Swarupa Damodar and Raya Ramananda.
যে রূপে নাম লইলে প্রেম উপজে
Januma,
কিভাবে আমাদের নাম করতে হবে
like how should we chant the holy names? In a way that the prema will come.
কিন্তু প্রেম কিভাবে
Everybody's chanting, but how to get the prema while chanting? Mahaprabhu explained. How to get the prema by the chanting of holy names? How to chant the holy names? In which way? Following trinad sunichena, taroriba sahijnana. Kirtanya Sadahari, you must always chant. Mahaprabhu told, Trinadapi Sunich. Okay, where is Trinadapi Sunich? Do you have you read this sloka? Who knows this verse? At least hear the verse. To be humbler, like more humble than the blade of grass. But how to do that? What is this? Even the grass has also ego, ahankar. If you step on the grass will go down. Yes. But even going down, the grass is also having the ego, ahankar. Which ego? I am a grass. And also the grass will also make some pain in your foot. You know, like a stinging. How do you say it? Like a espetando. A little bit cut, like a sharp. Because like the grass is saying, don't put me down. That's why the grass is giving this pain, like a sharp, some stinging in your foot. That's why Vaishnava should be humbler than the grass, than the blade of grass. Taroriba means taroriba. You should be tolerant as a tree. No one can be more tolerant than the tree. More tolerant than the tree is not possible. If you cut the tree, what will happen? Like the tree always gives the shadow. So you cut the tree still gives shades, give everything. So tree is not asking for water from anyone. And even if you cut a tree with your axe, the tree will not say anything against you. But you know, there is the chandana tree. Even if you cut the chandana sandalwood tree with your axe, even your axe will be also fragrant and perfumed. Could you do this? Everything in the tree is for the welfare of others, isn't it? The roots of the tree, the leaves of the tree, the wood, everything from the tree is for the others. But our body has any use for others. From maybe 2 3 days ago we heard from Govinda Maharaj that other story. Anyway, our body has no use at all. In the markets, if you buy this thing, I don't know translation, sorry, something. But if your body is dead, there's no use. Sorry, I couldn't get what Gurudev told before. Anyway, that body has no use. You give so much love and affection to the body, but when the life air, when the soul goes out from the body, nobody will give honor and respect to the body. Nobody will give importance to the body. You cry, your family, everybody will cry. Like because of someone died, when someone dies, everybody cries, but after maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, anyway, after some time, they'll all take the dead body away from the house. Nobody wants the dead body to stay there. And then they spill like cow dung and water of the Ganges, so to purify the place where the body was, dead body was put before. So this is the future of the body. This body that we are now ornamenting, decorating, taking care, dressing up, everything, taking care very nicely.
নখ পালিশ দেয়,
We put nail polish in our nails.
করে কি না? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
I think
কত যত্ন করে, কিন্তু
we take so much nice care of the body and this and that, but in the end, what will happen?
তোর এই সাধের জানি, হ্যাঁ বাস্তবে সত্য।
This is true, all this.
এই যে দেহতত্ত্বের গুলো কথা যে বলা হলো,
So the kata about the
যেদিন
body.
তুই যাবি দোলাই চড়ে শ্মশান, হ্যাঁ রইল তোর এই সাধের। আচ্ছা, বাস্তবে কেন আমাদের ভজন করতে হলে বাস্তব রূপে এই কথাগুলো জানতে হবে?
If you want to do bhajana, you must know about the reality of the body.
শ্মশানে শরীর তোমার পড়িয়া রহিবে,
Your body will stay in the cemetery.
কুকুর তারে
Your body will become the food for dogs and jackals.
এই যখন
Jackals.
শরীরটিকে আত্মা তখন চলে যাবে,
So when the soul goes away from the body,
আর তখন কি হবে?
what will happen to your body?
কে কে উৎসব কে করবে?
Your body will become a feast,
একটা বিহঙ্গ
a party
তারে
for
বিহার করিবে,
dogs and
কুকুর শিকাল তারে
jackals.
jackals আমার এই সাদর দিয়ে হবে। বাস্তবে সত্য,
This is true. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he wrote in his kirtan.
এগুলো বাস্তব সত্য।
This is all true. We must know.
এগুলো যতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত আমরা বুঝতে না পারি,
If you don't understand this,
ততক্ষণ পর্যন্ত এই মায়া মোহতে পড়ে
you will become continuing the illusion of Maya.
মোহতে পড়ে যেতে
And if you are in the illusion of Maya, actually you cannot do bhajan of Bhagavan.
এ অতএব মায়া মোহ ছাড়ি বুদ্ধিমান নিত্য তত্ত্ব কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি করুণ সন্ধান। অতএব মায়া মোহ ছাড়ি বুদ্ধিমান,
Those who are intelligent,
বুদ্ধিমান রয়েছে।
they give up their illusion
আর এই মায়া মোহ
of Maya. They give up the delusions of Maya.
নিত্য কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি,
The only eternal truth is Krishna Bhakti.
ওদের নিত্য সত্য কি বস্তু?
What is the only eternal truth? Krishna Bhakti.
অনুসন্ধান করে।
We must search and practice that.
সত্যং পরং ধীমহি,
I meditate in the supreme absolute truth.
ধ্যান করতে হবে।
Krishna, God.
শ্রীমদ্ ভাগবতে প্রথম শ্লোকে জন্মাদস্য
First verse of the Bhagavatam, Janmadasa Jata.
পরং,
Satam Param Dhimahi.
সেই সত্য বস্তু পরম বস্তু কি?
What is the supreme absolute truth? Bhagavan.
সেই ভগবানকে আমাদের ধ্যান,
We must meditate on Him.
এই যে বলছে তৃণাদি বিষ্ণু, এই যে বলছে তৃণাদি বিষ্ণু তরুণ বিষ্ণু আর অমানি মানব, অপরকে কিভাবে আমরা মান সম্মান দেব?
We must always give honor and respect to others.
সেটি হচ্ছে আমাদের বিবেচ্য বিষয়, বিচার বিষয়।
You should consider that.
নিজে সম্মানটা চাই,
We want to be honored and respected, but we don't want to respect to others, to give respect to others. It's very hard for us to give respect to others.
নম্রতা স্বভাব,
But the more qualities you have, the more humble you become. Just like a tree full of fruits, juicy fruits, automatically the tree will bow down.
ফলগুলো লাগে,
When there are many fruits on the branches, the branches automatically bend down.
এগুলো কি হয়?
They bend down to the floor
দিকে,
automatically.
এই যে ফলবন্ত বৃক্ষ, ঠিক তদ্রূপ
So in the same way,
কারোর মধ্যে যদি সদ্গুণ আসে,
if you have
সেই সদ্গুণের
the good qualities, what is the symptom of having good qualities? You become so humble, so
আর সদ্গুণ
calm. All these good qualities will come to you automatically.
ভক্তি ভগবতী অকিঞ্চন তত্ত্বী সমাসতে সুরা হরাব অভক্ত কুতো মহতি গুণা। যস্যাস্য ভক্তি ভগবতী অকিঞ্চন, যার মধ্যে অকিঞ্চনা ভক্তি শুদ্ধ,
If you have bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti for Bhagavan,
তাই হলো সদ্গুণ।
naturally all good qualities will come to you.
এগুলো স্বাভাবিক,
It will be natural.
এখন পর্যন্ত আমাদের হৃদয়ের মধ্যে
If bhakti is not present in your heart,
আমরা
then you can never be able to understand.
ভক্তি ভগবতী অকিঞ্চন,
Because if you have bhakti, all qualities will come to your heart.
তাহলে সদ্গুণগুলো আছে।
All good qualities will come if you have bhakti.
আর যতক্ষণ না ভক্তি না হয়,
But if you don't have bhakti, then you're just discussing about other people's lives and criticizing others,
দেখবার
seeing other people's faults. You will have this desire to see others' faults.
একটা হচ্ছে আমাদের ওই যে ছালনি বলে না, যার মধ্যে আমরা ওই ধান অথবা চালন করে বাংলাতে হ্যাঁ
No, in Bengali, how do you call like
চালনি বলে
chalni? How does penera? How to say in English? This
কি করে বলুন
do you know how this instrument works? Like what penera? I don't know English name. I forgot.
ওর মধ্যে কতগুলো ছেদ আছে
No, the sieve. Sieve. Okay, strainer. Strainer has many holes, and the needle has one hole. Okay, so the strainer or sieve or strainer is telling the needle, you have a big hole, huh? But the strainer sieve is not looking that he also has thousands of holes, even more than the needle. So we want to check other people's faults.
ছেদ দেখে
We shouldn't do that.
পরের দোষ দেখার জন্য আমরা সকলেই ব্যস্ত
But we are busy looking at other people's faults.
এই জন্য শাস্ত্রের মধ্যে বলেছে
Shastra explains
যে যারা পরের দোষ দেখা
we should never look at other people's faults.
পরস্য ভাব কর্ম ন নিন্দতি
We should not glorify nor criticize others people's natures.
দোষ অথবা গুণ প্রশংসা করে কিছু লাভ তো
There's no benefit. You just waste your time if you glorify or criticize other people's natures.
করতে হবে কি ভজন করতে হবে।
You have to do bhajan. That's what you have to do.
আচ্ছা আপনার ওই যে কুলা দিয়ে কি করেন কুলা আছে হ্যাঁ
Okay, and
কি করেন ওগুলো
the
কালকে রেখে দেন আর
penera, you know that I forgot English name. Somebody help me.
সেগুলো বের করে দেন।
That instrument, like for example, penera. I forgot the name. It's like a sieve, but then it's different from the sieve. Like this thing, like for example, you just move, and what will happen? The rice will be there, and the things, the sieve.
আর
So
ছালনির কাজ কি
no, penera. How to say penera in English? In English, please.
ভালো জিনিসটাকে নিচে হ্যাঁ আর খারাপ জিনিসটাকে রেখে দেন। ছালনি দেখেছি
Bota a tradução aí, gente, pra mim, peneira, por favor.
ওই যে আপনাদের এই আটা না না আটার মধ্যে অনেক সময় তো কি থাকে না হ্যাঁ সেই ভুসিগুলো থাকে ভুসিগুলোকে রেখে নিয়ে নেয় আর ভালো আটাটাকে নিচে ফেলে। হ্যাঁ ঠিক তদ্রূপ এই জগতের লোক কতগুলো রয়েছে এইরকম
So people in this world, they are doing this,
পরদোষ
looking at other people's faults, discussing about others.
এই জন্য শাস্ত্রের মধ্যে এই জন্য বলা হয়
Shastra explains
পরচর্চা পরনিন্দা ত্যাগ করে ভগবানের ভজন করতে।
we should
যদি
give
কারো
up
যদি ভজন করার
this
ইচ্ছা
and just
হয়,
doing the bhajan of Lord.
কোনো রাজনীতি
If you want to really do bhajan, you should never go into politics. You should not go into these politics things.
এসেছি ভজন করার জন্য। হ্যাঁ আমরা কি জন্য এসেছি এসেছি কি জন্য
We came here for what? To do bhajan.
মাতা পিতা ভাই বন্ধু স্ত্রী পুত্র পরিবার বিদ্যা বুদ্ধি
We-
জাতি সব জলাঞ্জলি তলাঞ্জলি
We give up all this knowledge, all this family, everything, like all position, designation, everything. But if you come for bhajan and involved in politics, do you think you'll get any benefit and fruit?
মায়া এমন একটা জিনিস
But-
এই সকল লোকগুলোকে বঞ্চিত করে
But actually, Maya wants to cheat us and to deprive us.
লোকগুলো কি করে
That's why these politics are there, even in the bhakti field, just to deprive us, to cheat us from the real path of bhakti. This is the job of Maya.
মায়ার কাজই ওইটাই
This is the job of Maya.
আরে ভগবত ভজন করতে কি পরের দোষ দেখে আমাদের কি লাভ
What's the benefit in looking at other people's faults?
এই জন্য বলছেন ত্রিনাদুপি সুনিশ তরুর বসুষ্ণ অমানিন মান অপরকে সম্মান দেয় তাহলে
So we have to give honor to others,
সকলেই আপনাকে সম্মান দেয়।
to everyone.
এটি হচ্ছে আমাদের ভজনের বিষয় এগুলো আমাদের অনুভব করতে হয় যত যত নাম করবেন
The more you chant the holy names,
তত ধীরে ধীরে আমাদের অনুভবটা তত যাবে
slowly you have the realization.
যত আমার গুরু মহারাজ একটা কথা বলতেন
My Guru Maharaj used to tell something.
যখন গুরুদেব কৃপা করেন
So Gurudev gives so much mercy. So
হরে কৃষ্ণ নাম নামের মধ্যে সব কিছু রয়েছে
everything is in the holy names. We have to chant holy names.
কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে Hare Ram, Hare
So I didn't get exactly what Gurudev said about his Gurudev. I think he was always to tell people Hare Krishna, like this. I think if somebody would come to Srila Vamana Maharaj, then he was like Hare Krishna. If somebody would say something about someone else or something like that. Actually, so you should not get involved in politics, this and that, other people's. Just chant Hare Krishna, then you get the real benefit. So Gurudev used to tell one story. There was a sadhu who made a big temple. Where? On the bank of a river. And there was in the other side of the river there was a prostitute living there. So every day the prostitute would wake up and look at the dome of the temple and repenting so much. Oh my, because of my previous sinful activities. Now I do this kind of activity. So fine on me. But the sadhus are there inside the temple hearing Harikatha. They are, so it used to cry in this way, doing pranam to the dome of the temple. And the sadhu, so he used to go take the japamala, go to the roof and like, oh, that prostitute is doing this and that. He wouldn't even chant one round. Then by the desire of providence, sadhu and the prostitute, both of them die at the same time. The Jamadutas came. Jamadutas went where? Went to the sadhu. And they told, who are you? The sadhu asked them, we are Jamadutas to take you to the Jamalai. Oh, but I'm sadhu. How are you doing that? You are sadhu? Ah, yeah, let's see. So they beat him so much. You are actually not chanting the holy names. You are just absorbed, criticizing others and discussing about others. You are thinking about that prostitute, and then all the bad qualities of that prostitute came to you. Shastra explains. If you think about other people's faults and flaws, that will come to you. So then they beat him so much, and the sadhu and brought him to Jamalai. But the Vishnu Dutas took her to Vaikuntha, came to the prostitute, brought a beautiful chariot to her. And the prostitute told, who are you? And then they said, we are Vishnu Dutas, we came from Vaikuntha. We brought this beautiful chariot for you. Prostitute said, no, you maybe took wrong, like you miss your, like you were wrong about, how to say? You came to the wrong place. Actually, no. The sadhus live on the place. Then the Vishnu Dutas told, maybe you did something bad, that's why you're doing this, what you're doing as a prostitute, but you're always thinking about Lord, so all your sins were destroyed. So the Vishnu Dutas set her in a chariot and brought her to Vaikuntha Dham. So you have to see who is a real sadhu. Only by using tilak it is not enough to be a sadhu. Or only have the japamala in your hand does not make you a sadhu. Shastra explains.
যাত্রা দলের নাটক এই যাত্রা হয় না, যাত্রার জন্য কাউকে একজন কি বানিয়ে দেওয়া হলো, নারদ ঋষি বানিয়ে।
So, for example, somebody is doing some drama presentation. Somebody is doing that role of Narada Rishi, an actor, only for some time. After the role of the drama is finished, then the person comes back to be himself. He's only performing a role. But the real person, Narada Rishi, and an actor performing the role of Narada, they are not the same person. Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada told. So sadhu and the person disguising as a sadhu, only dressing as a sadhu, they are really different. We must know this. Who is a sadhu? And who is a real sadhu? Bhaktivinoda Thakur even wrote an article about this, how to recognize the saints. How to recognize a Vaishnava and a sadhu, how to really recognize them. What are the symptoms of a sadhu? If you don't know that, so you'll fall in bad association. So we must associate with the sadhu. Must associate with the sadhu. So if you don't get the real association of the sadhu with the real saints, you'll never get the benefit. So yes, we have to associate with the sadhu. But what is the symptom of the sadhu? A person who is completely absorbed in the holy names. Somebody who is really chanting holy names without offenses. This is a real sadhu. Who is chanting holy names without offense. He is a real sadhu. A person who does not criticize nor glorifies others. One who does not criticize anyone is always chanting holy names. Rupa Goswami, in Upadeshamrita, he told this. Those who are chanting holy names, a person who chant holy names following all the principles, you should just honor this person. Why? Because the person yet hasn't taken shelter of the feet of bona fide guru, but he's already chanting holy names. Then diksha stichet, when the person takes diksha, follow the 4 principles. And so the first person was following the 4 principles. What are the 4 principles? You should know. What are the 4 principles? You tell. If you chant holy names, you must follow the 4 principles. You must follow the 4 principles. You should not gamble. These dice, this stuff. And also pana means you should not drink alcohol. You know alcohol? You should not drink alcohol. Another intoxication. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains. Nor even chai. You should drink chai. Black tea. You should not take black tea as well. Many people take it. Not illegally associate with women also. Should give up that. If you're married, then properly you follow the grihastha dharma and associate only in the wedding. First of all, you have to follow Varnashrama-dharma. This is the first step to attain to God. Shastra explains. You must follow the rules. You must follow Varnashrama-dharma.
এই জন্য বলছেন যে অসৎ লক্ষণহীন গায় কৃষ্ণ নাম। অসৎ কোনো লক্ষণ না, মানে
A person
প্রথম নিয়মটা কি হলো?
follow the 4 principles.
তাস পাশাদি খেলা,
No gambling. Stop gambling. This is dutam. Pana means?
পানন কি বললাম?
Pana,
কি বললাম?
what I said, pana means what?
পান করা চলবে না। চা খান আপনি?
Don't drink chai. Do you drink chai? Black tea? No, shouldn't do that also.
বলতে সর্বস্ব চা হৃদয় সন্নিবিষ্ট। তো ভগবান তো সব হৃদয়ের মধ্যে সব চা।
You think Lord is in everyone's hearts and doesn't matter?
চা খাওয়া দিচ্ছে, এগুলো হচ্ছে intoxication, মাদক দ্রব্য।
Because this also involved in the category of intoxication.
মানে অবৈধ স্ত্রী সঙ্গ।
Illegally associating with women, if only if you're properly married, husband and wife, then there is no fault.
আর সোনা মানে জীব হিংসা।
Suna means killing animals. Jiva himsa. What is that?
এই যে কচকচ করে কাটে যেগুলো,
Eat meat.
হ্যাঁ এগুলো কাটা চলবে না, এগুলো জীব হিংসা।
Like even like a fish and these goats, everything is also included.
আবার ওই যে কি বলে ডিমগুলো খায়, কি বলে বলছে এরা বলে সাদা পটল না কি বলে, হ্যাঁ গঙ্গা ফল।
You know, like eating fish is also. Gurudev mentioned one specific name of fish. Oh, I'm eating fish. I'm eating the fruit of the Ganges. Some people say, but this is not accepted because the fish also have life. You should not eat them.
আচ্ছা বলুন, নিজের ছেলেকেও কাটতে পারে?
Would you kill your own son
মাছের কি মা নেই
and eat their flesh?
আচ্ছা সেই তাকে কালে তার কষ্ট হয় না?
And so they.
তো মাছটাকে কাচকাচ ধরে কাটছে।
So
কি মাছ বলে আমি বলে দিয়েছি।
all the living entities, they suffer if you kill him. There is one fish that's not dying easily.
আচ্ছা কই মাছ? হ্যাঁ আজ ওই তেলের মধ্যে গরম তেল,
so you put him in the hot oil,
কত কষ্ট হয় বলুন।
but he's also suffering because you kill him.
এগুলো আমাদের আগে জানতে হবে।
You should know all this.
পাঁঠা বলি দেয়, ওই আমাদের ওই দিন বলেন, খারাপ মনে করবেন না।
Don't take it wrong, please. But Govinda Prabhu was telling one katha. Sorry, Govinda Maharaj was telling very beautiful katha.
বলে শূদ্রের পাছা আর ব্রাহ্মণের মাথা। লোক শুনে রেগে গেল, বলি কি বলছে কথা?
So people were angry and they heard this.
শূদ্রের পাছা আর ব্রাহ্মণের মাথা।
I'm not sure if I got the proper translation of this. I'm afraid to translate wrong.
জানেন
About this expression Gurudev told now.
ওই যখন মা কালীর কাছে বলি দেওয়া হয় না,
You know, when they were offered,
দু টুকরো হয়ে গেল, যে পাছাটা দিল না পিছনের দিকটা, পিছনে পাছা মানে ছাগলের ছাগল।
okay, so they're about to sacrifice the goat for Mother Kali.
ব্রাহ্মণের থেকে মাথাটা আর যে ছাগল দিল,
So the head of the Brahmana and the body of the goat,
তার আগে থেকে মায়ের বলি দেওয়ার আগে থেকে
offering the goat to the
ভাগ হয়ে আছে।
Kali.
বাটা না কি বাটা বাটা করে আনতে গেলে জানেন, হ্যাঁ সব তৈরি করে রাখে।
So preparing this kind of offerings to
ওইটা আসবে
Kali.
তো মা বলি দেওয়ার আগে ওরাই খেয়ে নিল। এগুলো আমি এই জন্য
Sorry, I couldn't get exactly, but about this Gurudev saying people are making this kind of sacrifices to the goddess.
সকলের মধ্যে প্রাণ রয়েছে।
This Jiva Himsa, all the living entities, they have life. We should honor everyone because Krishna is in everyone's. We should not kill anyone. People say, oh, you are a Vaishnava.
লাউর যে টাগুলো যখন চকচক করে বেড়ে যায়, ওটা কচকচ করে কেটে নিয়ে এনে যে রান্না করে, বলে কি বলে না, হ্যাঁ তো ওর কষ্ট হয় না।
Do you think that animal is not feeling the pain if you kill him? Sacrifice.
লাউ বলে কাজ কাজ করে কেটে নিয়ে
They cut the
আচ্ছা তার মধ্যে
animal.
আছে বাবা,
They also
গরম জলে ফেলে দিচ্ছেন, তাতে প্রাণ আছে, আলুটা প্রাণ আছে কিনা?
The potato also has life or not?
সব চোখ হয়ে গেছে নাকি বলে, ওই যে সাদা সাদা বেরিয়ে পড়ে, অঙ্কুর হয়েছে।
You know, when the potato starts giving some...
আর আপনি গরম জল করে আর আলুটাকে সিদ্ধ করছেন, আলুটা কষ্ট হচ্ছে।
So the people might say, people give the example, potato also feel pain if you put the potato in the boiling water. Potatoes also feel pain.
গরম জলে ফেলে দিলে কষ্ট হয় আপনাদের। আর ওই
people will say, oh, you are Vaishnavas, you are saying that if I put a fish or some animal and kill him, he'll feel pain. But the potato doesn't feel pain. You boil the potato, or because potato also has this life, you know, you can see the potato sometimes also sprouting. But actually you should not have this kind of logic. The main thing is that you should offer everything to Lord. You should be vegetarian, but offer the vegetarian food to God. Because even if you don't offer to God, even that vegetarian food is not proper to be eaten. So otherwise you would offer meat to Lord. So the question is, Mother Kali eats these goats and other meat offerings to Kali. So you're calling Kali your mother, but you think she's not also the mother of this animal that you killed to offer to her? Do you understand? So you say, oh, my mother Kali, my mother. But that like goat or some animal you killed, you call Kali Jagat Mata, the mother of the world, right? Jagat Amba, like mother of the world. So you think Kali is only the mother, your mother, not the mother of the animal you killed? A mother would want to drink the blood or eat the meat of her own progeny, you tell me. Actually, you cannot use in the service of Kali these sacrificed animals. So that's why the Vaishnavas, whatever they do, they offer to Bhagavan. In the Gita, Bhagavan told, whatever you do, Krishna told, you have to offer to me. Whatever you do, you have to offer to me. And after offering to me, then you incur no sin. So the Vaishnavas, they take Mahaprasad, offered to Bhagavan. Whatever you do, just offer it to Bhagavan. Anyway, I'll continue. So, okay, another principle, never kill any living entity, like no eat meat, etc. Okay, so first, no gambling. Second, no intoxication. Third, no flesh, meat. So a person who is chanting holy names, following these 4 principles, you give respect to him. How to recognize a Vaishnava or a non-Vaishnava? By these also, by these rules. If the person is chanting holy names, in his mind you should honor him. Why? Because the person hasn't yet taken shelter of the feet of Guru, but he is, yes, following the 4 principles. 4 principles. You should remember the 4 principles. But when this person has taken the diksha from the bona fide Guru, takes diksha, then you do pranam to him. The person is a Vaishnava. Who is a Vaishnava? What is the definition of a Vaishnava? What is the definition of a Vaishnava? A person who worships Vishnu, he is a Vaishnava. If you worship Shakti, then you are called Shakta. If you worship Shiva, then you are called Shaiva. If you worship Surya, then you are called Saura. If you worship Ganesh, then you are called Ganapatta. If you worship Vishnu, then you are called Vaishnava. If you worship Krishna, then you are called Krishna. And if you worship Radharani, you are called? Another name of Radharani is Gauri.
রাধা and কৃষ্ণ মিলিত তনু হয়ে তিনি কি হলেন?
So who is the combined form of Radha and Krishna? Mahaprabhu.
যেন আমাদের যে আমরা যে বলি যে
So when we say Gaudiya,
গৌড়ীয় শব্দের
the word Gaudiya, the main meaning of the Gaudiya word is
রাধা কৃষ্ণ মিলিত তনু সচিনন্দন গৌর
Mahaprabhu, which is the combined form of Radha and Krishna.
গৌড়ীয় শব্দের অর্থ ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত প্রভুপাদ সুন্দর ব্যাখ্যা
Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvatipada gave us a beautiful explanation about the word Gaudiya.
আমরা শাক্ত নই
So we are not Shakta, not Shaiva, we are Gaudiya. Gaudiya.
আমরা গৌড়ীয় বৈষ্ণব
We are Gaudiya Vaishnav.
এগুলো আমাদের জানতে হবে
We must know this.
মহাপ্রভুর যারা অনুগত তাদের বলা হয় গৌর
Mahaprabhu and his followers, they are called Gaudiya.
সূক্ষ্ম বিচার রয়েছে রাধারানীর
Subtle conception also is that those who are one-pointed to Srimati Radhika, they are Gaudiya. Those who are one-pointed worshippers of Srimati Radhika, they are called Gaudiya. Those who are only having the nishta, steadiness in Srimati Radhika, they are the real Gaudiya.
অনেক বিস্তৃত বিবরণ রয়েছে
There's a big explanation.
এখন আমি এই কথাগুলো বলছি যে কৃষ্ণেদি যশগৃতং মনসা দিয়ে দীক্ষাস্তিচেত প্রণতি বিষ দীক্ষা গ্রহণ করার পর
After taking diksha,
কেন এই দীক্ষা শব্দটা দুইটা
two meanings of the word diksha.
শব্দ রয়েছে
Sorry, two words into the word diksha. Syllable D and syllable ksha. Syllable D means divya jnana jatotadhyat.
দিব্য জ্ঞান
Divya jnana, the transcendental knowledge will come.
অপ্রাকৃত অনুভূতি হয়েছে দিব্য
Transcendental realization.
জ্ঞানম যত দদ্দা কুর্জাত পাপ সংস্ক্ষয়ম আর সঙ্গে সঙ্গে
And at the same time also all your sinful activities will be destroyed from your heart.
সকলে দীক্ষা গ্রহণের প্রয়োজন
Everybody must take diksha. Many people don't want to take diksha. Huh? Why do I need to take diksha? Come on.
দীক্ষা গ্রহণ কেন করব
Why would I take diksha?
দীক্ষা নিলে আবার আমাদের একটা নিয়মের মধ্যে
If I take diksha, I have to follow so many rules, and
অনেক লোকে দীক্ষা নিতে যায়
many people don't want to take diksha. But actually, there's instructions of the scriptures.
দীক্ষাটা নিতে হয়
You must take diksha.
গুরুর কাছ থেকে দীক্ষা
You must come to the guru and take diksha from him.
যতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত দীক্ষা গ্রহণ হয় না
If you haven't taken diksha, never your knowledge of relationship will not come. If you have no
এই
diksha,
মন্ত্রটা নিতে হয় গুরুর কাছ থেকে
you have to come to the guru and chant the mantra.
বলে মন্ত্র তো সব জায়গায় লেখা আছে
But the mantra is written everywhere, even in the books.
10 টাকা দিলে একটা বই
You can just pay 10 rupees and get the book. Pay 10 rupees, buy the book, and you get all the mantras.
মন্ত্র সব
Mantras of Devi, mantra of Krishna. I don't need to take mantra from anyone. I can just get the book.
গ্রন্থের নামটা
All the mantras in the book. There's a book called, what is the name?
ভুলে গেলাম
I forgot now.
পাওয়া যাবে ছোট বই
Can get in the market. I think 5 or 10 rupees only the book.
মন্ত্র লেখা আছে
So many mantras are written on this book. Any
কৃষ্ণ মন্ত্র গণেশ
any mantra from Krishna, Ganesh, from Shiva,
যত দেব দেবীর উপাসনা
from all the demigods, demigoddesses, all mantras are written in this book.
এমনকি আপনি সন্ন্যাস মন্ত্র পেয়ে যাবেন
Even sannyasa mantra can also get in this book.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
Yes,
গ্রন্থে পাওয়া যাবে
can get this
সন্ন্যাস
book.
নেওয়ার কি দরকার আমাদের
Why do I need to take sannyasa? I can just get the mantra in the book.
কিন্তু না
But no, my dear friend.
যিনি
Sorry, not dear friend. Gurudev didn't say. Sorry, just no. You must do
করেছেন
bhajana. You must
সেই গুরুর কাছ
come. You must come to a guru
সেই মন্ত্রের
who has done the bhajana and has gotten the realization. Then you have to take mantra from this guru.
সাপের মন্ত্র আছে না
You know the mantra for controlling snakes.
মন্ত্র আছে
There's a mantra for controlling
আপনি এই
snakes.
বইটা পড়ে নিয়ে
If you read it in the book, this mantra for controlling snakes.
সাপকে ধরতে গেলে কি হবে সাপটা
And if the snake might.
মারবে কি মারবে না
So if you come to a snake, snake will sting you, bite you, right?
মন্ত্র সিদ্ধি করে
But this person who has got the perfection in the mantra of controlling snakes, snake will not bite him.
এগুলো আমি কেন বলছি
Why I'm saying this?
মন্ত্র সিদ্ধির প্রয়োজনীয়তা
Mantra siddhi is very important.
যিনি মন্ত্র সিদ্ধি করেছেন
If I have got the mantra siddhi,
সেই গুরুর কাছে মন্ত্র গ্রহণ করলে সেই মন্ত্রটা কাজ হবে
so that mantra you get from the guru who has gotten the realization of the mantra siddhi, then you get also realization in yourself.
বট বৃক্ষ দেখেছেন
So this is a normal example I'll give to you.
বট গাছ আছে
Banyan tree, you know the banyan tree?
গাছে কত
Ficus January. Ficus. The banyan tree. You know, from the banyan tree, so many thousands of seeds and fruits are coming from the tree. Okay? And these seeds,
আপনি কখনো
they like fall under the banyan tree. But have you seen any small plants or sprout of banyan tree under the banyan tree?
বট ফলের
No.
মধ্যে কত বীজ হয়
There are so many, there are thousand seeds just inside one fruit of the banyan tree.
পড়ে থাকে
But there are so many fruits on the ground next to the banyan tree, but still no plant is sprouting there of banyan tree. No. But if some birds eat these fruits and stools after eating on the top of a roof, for example, where there's even no soil, there's nothing on a roof or something somewhere. Even in these more strange places, the banyan tree can grow. And the roots of the banyan tree are so strong that will even like tear everything apart, when it's growing. And the tree becomes very big. This is true or not? But the question is, the seed was inside the fruit which fell under the tree because it belonged to the tree, right? But why didn't it sprout before under the tree? Because first the bird eats. After the bird eats, the bird has one kind of enzyme, like some chemical substance inside his stomach, and this also together with the seed of the banyan tree, then this some chemical reaction, then the seed will sprout. So what is the meaning? The mantra is written everywhere. I just told you you can pay 5 rupees, go to the market and get the book with all the mantras. Even a sannyasa mantra you can get in this book. Even a sannyasa mantra you can get. But actually you must come to the bona fide guru who has bhajana sadhana realization. Because he has done bhajana sadhana, he has realization in his heart, the bona fide guru. You have to go to him and take mantra from him. Then you have to follow that mantra properly, like follow all the practice rules and all this. Then the mantra will give effects and make results, give some results to you. Shastra is explaining. So I'm explaining the 5th verse of Upadeshamrita. So when you take diksha, so if somebody has taken diksha, you do pranam to him. Shrushaya bhajana vigyam. If the person is still the person who is absorbed in bhajana, he knows all the imports of the scriptures. A person who never glorifies, criticizes anyone. Person who is not involved in material things, only doing bhajan. Then you should what? Shushusha, you should serve this person. Rupa Goswami told. That sadhu who is only absorbed in Astakaliya Lila. And to get the association of the saint and serve him. Then you should endeavor to get bhav. Then your life will be successful. So you should do in this way association of the saints and the Vaishnavas. This kind of saint you must associate with. You can get many sadhus everywhere, but who is this real kind of sadhu? If you go to the bathing in the Ganges, there are so many sadhus there. So many kinds of saints are there in the bathing in the Ganges. Even the Naga sadhus, the naked sadhus. So, for example, in a Makar Sankranti, they also have a bathing ritual. So, at that time of this Makar Sankranti or somewhere, they have this first bath, and many sadhus they bathe in that moment. Anyway, but what is the meaning of a sadhu? Who is a real sadhu? So, Rupa Goswami, he told in this verse, Upadeshamrita, 5th verse. That person who is doing bhajan completely one-pointed, absorbed in Astakaliya Lila. Understand? Must associate with this sadhu who has no envy. Then you can get prema bhakti.
যদি বাস্তব রূপে আমাদের ওই সর্বোচ্চ
So if you really want to attain the topmost prema bhakti and Shringaras, the conjugal mode, you must follow 3 rules, not 4, only 3. Which ones? Mike stopped working.
সুইচটা দিয়ে দিন। আচ্ছা বেশি আর বলবো না, 8:30 বেজে গেছে। হ্যাঁ কথা একটু শুনুন।
Just listen to this.
আচ্ছা একটু আর একটু কথা আছে যে বাস্তব যদি আমাদের রাধারানী
So if you really want to get the service Shrimati Radhika, what is the goal of our life? What do we want to attain? The service of Shrimati Radhika.
এটি হচ্ছে আমাদের সর্বোচ্চ
This is the topmost thing, our topmost desire.
রাধিকার দাসী যদি ওই অভিমান শীঘ্রই মিলে তবে আমাদের জীবনের লক্ষ্যটা কি?
What is the goal in our life? Radha Dasyam.
অন্য কোনো লক্ষ্য নাই।
No other goals, only one pointed. What to what? We must serve Shrimati Radhika. This is the symptoms of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Oh, sorry, this is the goal of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. To serve Shrimati Radhika. So we must be serve one pointedly to Shrimati Radhika. In Vraja they say, Shrimati Radhika is my mistress. I'm her maid servant. Life after life, please give me residence in Vrindavana Dham. Do you understand? Shrimati Radhika is our Swamini. Do you understand? Samini, what is the meaning? I am her servant. Hey Shrimati Radhika, birth after birth, please give me birth in Vrindavan or make me live in Vrindavan. Here no, you must live in Vrindavan. If not possible to live by physically in Vrindavan, you should live it there in your mind. Many times not possible to stay there in your body, but we're not discuss the reasons why, but if your mind, you must stay there. How? You should think about the Harikatha of Vrindavan. You must go to Vrindavan and Navdipadam, both. You must do the Dhamma Parikrama, and you should think about all this. For example, you can think, oh, when I was doing the Vrindavana Parikrama, we did the 84 Krosh Parikrama, we went to Madhuvan, Talvan, you think about all these places. Who has gone to Vrindavan? Who has gone? Have you gone? Yeah. Which darshan you had there? Like Talvan, we saw Talvan, how in Talvan, Baladev Prabhu, he killed Dhenukasur, or also called Gardabhasur. So you remember about this? So we went to also Madhuvan, so we also heard the Katha of Madhuvan. So beautiful stories, Kathas took place there. In Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and also Kali-yuga. In Madhuvan. The place of austerities of Dhruva Maharaj. So thinking about this. So if you just think about this again and again, then you're having Brajabasa. Your body, you're here in the Kakadvipa. But in your mind, you're staying in Braj because you're thinking about Braj. Very easy, huh? Nice. No need even to spend money. No need to spend money. No problem. Just staying here, sitting here. You can just think about there, about Vrindavan. Where Jamuna Devi is flowing, where Radha Govinda are performing many beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan. Just thinking about that. So this is the process of how to chant holy names. This is the process of chanting. How to chant the holy names. Rupa Goswami-pad, in Upadeshamrita he told, how to chant.
তাই বোঝেন কি রাধারানীর চরণে কি করতে হবে
So we must
ঐকান্তিকী নিষ্ঠা
have one pointed nishtha to Srimati Radhika. Second,
বৃন্দাবনে বাস করা।
we have to stay in Vrindavan.
কি বলা হয়েছে?
Third,
না রসিক বৈষ্ণব যেমন রয়েছেন যারা
where the Rasika Vaishnavas are staying,
কৃষ্ণ লীলা কৃষ্ণ কথার মধ্যেই তারা ডুবে রয়েছে
those who are always absorbed in Krishna Nam, Krishna Katha,
বৈষ্ণবগণের সঙ্গ করতে হবে
you should associate with them
মুখ বিগলিত কথা আমাদের শ্রবণ করতে
and hear their Harikatha from the lotus mouth.
সেই সকল সন্ত মহাত্মের সঙ্গ করতে শ্রবণ করতে
You must associate with these saints.
যতক্ষণ মধ্যে শ্রবণ না হয়
If we haven't heard, then we'll never be able to attain. We have to hear Harikatha from them.
এত সুন্দর ভগবানের দাম ভগবানের লীলা কথা
So beautiful pastimes of Lord and His Dham. We have to think about all this.
যৎকিঞ্চিৎ তৃণগুল্ম কিকট মুখং গোষ্ঠে সংস্কৃত সর্বানন্দ মুকুন্দ দিতং লীলানুকূলম পরম শাস্ত্রীয় বস্ফুটিত নিশ্চিন্তং জানচিয়া ব্রহ্মাদেবী সস্পৃজম মদিয়ম তে অবন্দতি আমাদের রঘুনাথ দাস গোস্বামী শ্লোকে বলছে
Raghunath Das Goswami told in this verse,
কিকট মুখং গোষ্ঠে সংস্কৃত এই যে বৃন্দাবনে কথা যে বললাম বৃন্দাবনে বৃক্ষ থেকে আরম্ভ করে
in Vrindavana,
আরম্ভ করে
the trees, everything.
এমনকি সেখানে কি বলছেন আরে শোনো সাপ থেকে আরম্ভ করে
Even the snakes in Vrindavan,
ওই বিচ্ছুগুলো রয়েছে বিচ্ছুগুলো
even though the scorpions even also,
ওরা সব কি
all of them,
লীলার অনুকূল
they are favorable for Krishna's pastimes. No one is unfavorable.
তার কি রয়েছে লীলার
All are favorable.
রাধা গোবিন্দের কিভাবে মিলন হবে
They are trying to make the meeting of Radha and Krishna.
সামান্যভাবে বলছে প্রেমের দুইটা দিক রয়েছে একটা হচ্ছে মিলন আর একটা হচ্ছে বিরহ বিচ্ছেদ
So actually, prema has always two sides,
কখনো রাধা কৃষ্ণ
meeting and separation. Sometimes Radha and Krishna meet, sometimes they are separated.
বিচ্ছেদ যখন বিচ্ছেদ হয়
So when they are separated,
সাপগুলো সাপ
so like the snakes and the scorpions, they help in what?
মিলন করিয়ে
In making Radha and Krishna meet again once more. How? I'll give you a small story just to explain this.
কৃষ্ণ তারা
Once Radha and Krishna,
মিলিত হয়ে
they were together meeting,
হঠাৎ রাধারানী
but suddenly Srimati Radhika felt man.
আহিতুকি
This is called Ahituki man, causeless silky mood.
করলেন কৃষ্ণকে ছেড়ে
Then she left Krishna and she went away.
রাধাকে মানাবার জন্য চেষ্টা
Krishna was trying to pacify the man of Srimati Radhika,
মানলেন আহিতুকি মান
but Radharani didn't care because she was having causeless
এমনকি কৃষ্ণ
silky mood.
বংশী করলেন
Even Krishna played the flute,
কিন্তু রাধারানী খুব চালাক রাধারানী
but Srimati Radhika is so clever
মধ্যে
that she put cotton inside her ears to block the sound of the flute. I don't want to hear the sound of the flute, she said.
বংশীর ধ্বনিটা কেন কৃষ্ণ বংশীর ধ্বনি কেন হাতে রাখে
Why Krishna keeps the flute in his hand? Why does Krishna keep the flute in his hand?
এই জন্য বংশীর ধ্বনি রাখেন
He keeps the flute only for one reason,
মান মানাবার
to pacify the man of the gopis, the silky mood of the gopis.
আর তাদের
And
উপস্থিত করার জন্য এই জন্য বংশী রাখে নাহলে কৃষ্ণ ব্রজ থেকে চলে গেলে
Krishna,
এখানে বংশীর জরুরত
when Krishna left Braj, he didn't need the flute anymore.
কৃষ্ণ মাত্র ব্রজে
Because actually, Krishna only used the flute in Vrindavan.
বা মথুরাধীশ কৃষ্ণ
Dwarkadish and Mathuradish Krishna, they don't use flute. Have you seen? No.
ব্রজের কৃষ্ণ দুইটি বস্তু ধারণ করে
Krishna of Vraj,
একটা হচ্ছে ময়ূর পাখা আর
he always has two things, peacock feather and the flute.
এই দুইটি ধারণ করে কৃষ্ণ
Say in Bengal.
কানে দিয়েছি তুলো আর পিঠে দিয়েছি কুলো যত মারবি মার
I'll put some cotton in my ear, you can speak a lot, I don't care because I'm not hearing.
কুলো বাঁধে আর কেউ পিটাই করে
I'll put some straw, something to protect my back, and you can even beat my back, I'll not feel anything because I have some protection on my back. So in Bengal they have this kind of proverb saying this. You can beat my back, I'll not feel because I have some protection on my back. You can speak anything, I have some cotton in my ear, I'll not listen. So in the same way, Srimati Radhika had put some cotton in her ears. Krishna played the flute, but even the sound of the flute didn't work. Srimati Radhika was in man. Without her Selki mode being pacified, Radha Krishna will not meet. So Krishna just remembered Jogamaya. Because even the flute failed. So Jogamaya came in the form of a snake, black snake, very big snake, you know. So Srimati Radhika was going in a path which was very narrow. And this big black snake just appeared in the middle of her path. Two big eyes, very big and round, and tongue also, like hissing, prepared to attack. Srimati Radhika saw that snake, she became so afraid. What to do? She could not go front because of snake. Right and left side were completely also no way to go. And then Srimati Radhika just called out, Krishna, Krishna, come. Then Krishna came quickly and embraced Srimati Radhika. So they met. Her man was pacified. Radha Krishna, they met. Why am I saying this? So Vraja is a transcendental land, and even the snakes in Vrindavan, they are transcendental. All the snakes, even, they are all favorable for the meetings of Radha and Krishna. Even Brahma and great demigods, they are eager to be born in Braj. You see, Uddhava was saying, if I'll be born as a creeper or tree in Vrindavan, my life will be successful. Sorry, not tree, creeper or a herb, my life will be successful. Uddhava told. We must know all this. If you really want to do bhajan, so this is the best bhajan, the topmost. If you don't hear this kind of katha, never greed will not come to you. So you teach your small baby, so you tell your small children, when you put them to study in the school, you say, you study please, one day you'll become a lawyer. He doesn't understand what is this. But you tell him, so in the same way, like for us also, one day we'll grow like this. So Shastra says, this is there so that we can have greed. Maharaj, I don't know anything, I also have so much lust and anger. What is the benefit in hearing this kind of katha? My lust and anger will increase. No. You must hear these things, and then this will make some impression in your heart. This is true. You must know. What is our goal? If you don't know your goal, then like why your kid is studying the school? Why? What will he get from this? What will he get from this? You must know all that. Okay, what is the aim of your life? So what is the aim of your life? What is the aim of your life? You must know that. What do we want in our life? So if somebody asks to you, why do you eat? No, sorry, not this. Sorry. If somebody asks, why are you doing the bhajan, not bhajan, so you have to know, like if somebody asks you why you do bhajan, what is your goal? Like you must know this, Gurudev told. So you are doing bhajan for what? What do you want? What is your goal? You must know that. So there is sadhan and sadhya, process and the goal. So you have to establish the goal to ascertain the goal. This is sadhya. And how to get the sadhya, the path to attain the sadhya is the sadhan. Sadhan. Like you're doing some business. Why? Why business you do? Because you need money, you need wealth. So to get money is your goal. Okay? Your business or whatever you do is sadhan, like practice. Shastra explains, without sadhana you can never attain sadhya. Like you're giving donation charity. Why? To get pious deeds and go to Swarga. Whatever we do has a like a goal, something you get from that. If you don't know the goal of what you're doing, how to know that story? Also by Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvatipada. There was a person who died. The father of someone died, and for the Shraddha ceremony, you need some koi. Sorry, I don't know translation. And then somebody was bringing this koi in the hand, but then there was a wind. Okay, so this thing which was being brought for the Shraddha was taken away by the wind, and then the person just said, okay, I'm offering to Bhagavan, Govindaya Namaha. Like, okay, it's being taken away by the wind or something, so okay, Govindaya Namaha. Person is offering like that. But no, you should know, you must do sadhana, and only with the sadhana you can get the sadhya. For example, if you want to go to Swarga, you must do pious deeds. If you want to merge in Brahma, you must meditate in Brahma. So there are all these things. What do you want? Some people want liberation. So you must ascertain the sadhya vastu, the goal to be attained. Then you can do bhajan. So for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, what is the sadhya vastu, the goal? So you know, okay, I want to be the servant of Srimati Radhika. Then you do your sadhana slowly, but already you have a certain the goal. And you start in the Vachovegam, first shloka of Upadeshamrita. How to control the urges of your speech, mind. We have 6 urges. Slowly, you must control all this. So slowly you have to follow all this. Like Upadeshamrita also, first verse, second, third verse, Utsahani Shadarjat. So always enthusiastic of your bhajan. So slowly we have to progress. First of all, you have to ascertain your goal. What do you want in your life? You want to become a lawyer, a doctor? Just reading, studying without any goal. You just studied so much, then what? Actually, all this material knowledge is only opulence of Maya. but you should endeavor for transcendental knowledge.
আর সেটা আমাদের লক্ষ্য রাখতে হবে।
So we have to ascertain the goal.
এইভাবে চলতে হবে।
In this way we can progress.
কলিযুগের সাধন এই মহামন্ত্র।
So the sadhana of Kali-yuga is the Mahamantra.
কলিযুগের মহামন্ত্র হচ্ছে সাধন আর হচ্ছে
It's the sadhana process and the goal. Sadhya. Mahamantra.
হরিনাম হরিনাম হচ্ছে সাধন।
Harinam is sadhana
নাম হচ্ছে
and Harinam is also sadhya.
কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে। এই জন্য আপনারা কি করবেন? হরিনাম করবেন।
So everybody should chant holy names.
হ্যাঁ, কয়জন হরিনাম করেন? দীক্ষা মন্ত্র নিয়েছেন কেউ?
Who has who is chanting? Who has taken diksha? You have taken?
না নিয়েছেন কেন?
Have you taken diksha or only Harinam?
কার কাছে দীক্ষা মন্ত্র? গুরুমার কাছে।
You took from Srila Vamana Maharaj? Oh.
হরিনাম দীক্ষা দুটোই।
Harinam and diksha both from Srila Vamana Maharaj. And you?
কোন চিত্তমার? সব দীক্ষা নিয়েছে।
So everybody here took diksha. Oh, very nice.
না আমি বলছি সকলে আপনারা আচ্ছা আমাদের গুরু মহারাজ ঠিক আছে আপনারা প্রসাদ পান।
Taking prasad now. Everybody take prasad, chant holy names. I'm so happy that everybody here has already taken diksha. Very nice. You have taken shelter of bona fide guru.
আপনার কি নাম?
What's your name? Okay. Just one thing Gurudev was telling before about this sieve and the strainer. I was asking how is the translation of sieve in English, but actually because Gurudev was referring to an old kind of sieve, so I don't know exactly the English name for that, but the idea is like a strainer, like a normal strainer, like a metal strainer. If you use it like people use in the kitchen all the time, a normal strainer, right? So what happens in the strainer is that the bad things, like suppose like the bad things, the things you're going to throw away that you don't want, they remain collected or stuck in the strainer, right? And the good things, they are how to say, they come out of the strainer and they thanks to the colander or sieve. Okay, so in the strainer or the sieve or the colander, like nowadays normal ones made of metal, for example, or plastic even, you are like kind of filtering stuff, right? So what happens is that the part you don't want becomes kept in the strainer or this colander, and then the good part of a juice, for example, is going out, right? But this is one thing. But another thing is the old kind of sieve, old sieve for sifting, like flour and wheat, for example. This other old style, like made of straw even sometimes. So what happens, this old kind of sieve made for sifting rice, how it was like made of straw, for example, and you just move it, just move it up and down, right? Maybe you saw this old time thing. So you just move it up and down, up and down, up and down, and when you're moving up and down, these grains, for example, grains of rice, which are still in the husk of the rice, they are separated from the husk. And because you're moving this old sieve up and down, up and down, the husk of the rice is like flying away and coming outside, and only the good part is remaining. Means only the rice. So anyway, Gurudev was just making this comparison between this kind of strainers or sieve that will remain the bad parts, and the good part goes away, like comes down under, and these old kind style ones that actually you're moving it up and down, and the bad parts, they fly away and they fall under, like fall out, and the good part remain inside this old sieve. Anyway, Gurudev was just saying this at that time. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai.